Yes, guys. Hope you're all doing well. Big day today, eh? Semi-finals of the Europa League. Tottenham versus Bodo Glimt, 8 o'clock at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. How you all feeling about it? You excited for it? You know, it's been a shit season, hasn't it? It really has. But what an opportunity we have. Bodo Glimt have got some missing. We ain't got really any injuries. There's no excuses. It's not Spurs are not in many European semi-finals, so we really do need to enjoy the match tonight. Get behind the team. Hope we do it. We must do it. We must get to that final. I, Ange in his press conference, obviously on the defensive again. But look, Ange fans are going to be very cautious. Fans are going to be very. They're not going to be confident because they've seen what's happened this season. So the buzz around this fixture probably is not as good as it normally should be. Like in previous seasons when we've had good teams, better managers, that there's an excitement around the club. When we reach a semi-final, final, whatever, quarter-final, there's more of a buzz around because you think your team's got a great chance. The trouble is we're just so awful in the league and we can pull off stinkers. This is the trouble, and I think that's probably kind of tainting the excitement of the match. But I think once it comes to kick-off, I think the excitement will build. I think it's just such a massive opportunity to get to a final. Look, we need to get a big result tonight. We need to be winning three goals at least going into the return leg next week, because the next week game is going to be a lot harder. But we have shown that we can go away in noisy venues when we went to Frankfurt and got results, so we can pull it off. Bodo Glimt, done fantastic to get to the semi-final. They're going to be so up for this tonight, and look, they don't travel that great, and as I said, they have the players missing, but they're just going to be so motivated and they're just going to stink the place out, aren't they? They're going to park the bus, whatever. Not going to give us any space, so it's crucial what sort of lineup Ange plays tonight. Now, I would go for Wilson on the right, a bit more trickery there. I would be playing. Well, if Son's obviously fit, he'll play, even though he's not been in great form. He's the captain; he'll play. Solanke up front. There's a lot of talk of how we should approach this game and maybe stick two strikers up there with Richarlison and Solanke, just get balls in the box because there's not going to be a lot of space there to move. So you need players to take on players and create some opportunities, take a risk, have some shots from outside the box. Madison's key tonight. Will Kulusevski be involved? I think we'll probably will see Kulusevski on the right, but I would rather go with pace, trickery to create those opportunities against a low block, and that's what they're going to do, Bodo. Now, have they got enough quality to get us on their counter? They are missing their key striker. They're missing a winger, missing a very key central midfielder as well. So they're really gonna, it's going to be really tough for them coming to our stadium. But we've got to show it. We've got to be the intensity's got to be there from the off. We've got to be pushing all match and get as many goals as we can. There's no excuses. They rested, Van der Ven, Romero. They're all fit. Doggy will probably come back in the side. See Bantic back in the side. Probably go Bergwijn, Madison in that midfield there. Look, guys, look, the excitement's building. It is a semi-final, and we do need to, really enjoy it because we're not in many European semi-finals, and this, as I said, you're not going to get an easier opposition than Bodo Glimt. Now, I think another thing I've got to say is that it's so important that Spurs win this competition. It is so important. We have to win it, get into that Champions League next season, right? And I'll tell you why. I mean, if you look at, Ange will probably be moved on in the summer due to the league form on record defeats. There's 19. There's going to be a few more. Um, you're going to have a better option of manager coming into the club next season if we're in the Champions League. Should have more money. I know there's a lot of talk about the money situation at Spurs at the moment, and I don't really know. I don't know really what to think about it. I need to, look into it a little bit more. I get a little bit confused sometimes of what it all means. I'm not really great with the financial side of things, but all I do know is that the club, they make a lot of money. and they don't invest it into the. It's to do with the salaries of the players, isn't it? Like we miss out on top players. They don't break the wage structure. The whole recruitment it needs improving. Scouting needs improving. There's so many areas. If we do spend big, it needs to be on the right player, of course. And look, there's a lot of talk around that Spurs don't have the money, but it sounds like there could be a massive shake-up in the summer with Vinay coming in, Paratici coming back. This season in the league has been a failure, and it's unacceptable for Spurs to be that low in the league. And I'm sure Levy, although we can't stand him, he will be not happy with the league position and will want Spurs to do a hell of a lot better. The protests are pushing on, change for Tottenham, putting pressure on the board and the club. And look, and there's going to be some painful defeats still to come in the league. And yes, this Europa League, we must win it. So we need to get to that final. We need to win it. And next season, get in a good coach. And we'll have more options being in the Champions League next season. A coach, it's more attractive to a better coach to come in and take over the side. I mean, it is quite a scary prospect being in the Champions League next season, knowing how poor we've been this season. But as I said, with a good coach, setting them up right tactically, sign some key players, move some players on, and look, go again next season, guys. I mean, let's tonight. Let's get behind the team. Yeah, let's get behind them, sing our hearts out. We want to win. We want to be, we want to be coming on here later talking about a victory. Yeah, and a good performance. Um, and then I tell you what, if we don't win, even if it's a draw, gosh, man, that is bad. That is really, really bad. But would it surprise me? No, it wouldn't. But if you weigh up their injuries, your suspensions, us with a fully fit team, the home leg at our ground, I think it is pointing to a Spurs victory. The prediction I was making earlier this week was a 2-0. We need more than that. We do need more than that. We don't want to go back to their ground with only a 2-goal or 2-1 because it'll be a different match at their ground on that pitch. They have their players back. They want to make history. They do beat a lot of teams at their ground. Look, they haven't beaten everyone. They lost at home to Karabag this season. But look, I wouldn't want to risk it. I would rather have this tie wrapped up tonight, 3-4-0. That's the ideal scenario. Have the players got it in them? They're all kind of singing their praises of Ange in a press conference yesterday, especially Madison. They're trying to get a togetherness for this run. They know it all lies on this now. They know they've all failed in the league, and it's all about tonight. It's all about this Europa League. Let's get a good result. Let's get through it and have something to look forward to after when the season ends. Guys, leave your comments as you do. Hope you enjoyed the game. Give us your thoughts on lineups, predictions, whatever. Please remember to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of the day. And come on, you Spurs.